So I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord.
I don't know the rest
Arnold
of the song.
was the only one that wasn't a part of it.
Because he doesn't. Do you even like Phil Collins?
No, apparently not, because I don't really pay attention to that.
You're no
Arnold's
son of
a
mine.
loser.
Well, I mean, to be fair, all we did listening growing up was like Watch Out the Music and like
Exactly.
North
So
Denyon and stuff like that. So our culture of music. Wait,
Yep.
Jacques, you were there for that too.
There was a lot of salsa in my life.
There you go.
I had none of that in my life.
What did you have?
I had
Cambodian
Backstreet
music?
Boys and NSYNC and what was it, like 91 degrees? I listened to
98 degrees.
98 degrees. I
Because they
listened
were
to
hot.
a lot of boy bands growing up for some
So like
reason.
nothing your parents ever.
I'm
like,
pretty
listened
sure
to, like,
everybody here listened to a bunch of boy bands
my
growing
mom
up.
was actually the one that got me into listening to boy bands when I was a kid.
Ah, okay. So you too.
Yeah,
Alright.
it was a really weird time for me.
Is that why you like men?
yeah, I grew up
Gosh.
listening to like Vanilla Ice.
Mm-hmm.
What's the other one?
Vanilla
Fucking.
Ice.
I can't remember the songs, dude. If I like played them now, like I would point them out.
Ice, baby.
Yeah.
That's the only one I know.
Dun, 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 dun. Ice, ice, baby,
Under pressure.
coming down on me.
Well, anyway, you're listening to episode 24 or 25.
27.
24.
I want to say
24.
24.
Did you skip like because you had the hay side? Is
No,
that even considered an
I don't,
episode?
that does not count as
That's
a
separate.
mainline episode.
No,
So
actually,
I
you know
think
what's funny? Like when they brought that up, I was like, "Oh, that was a really good, funny April Fool's joke, guys." And they both looked at me like, "That wasn't a joke."
No, they
I was like, "Oh,
They
shit!"
didn't have anybody else that day.
Yeah,
I was
I
in
know, I remember
Illinois.
that
I don't know
night,
where you were.
Well, no, because like we were like it was a very slow 2 weeks.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
very
Fucking
slow.
much.
So
yeah,
we were
so
like,
Arnold and I decided to just mess around and just start.
like, I listened to it. Like I thought
Yeah,
it was
I
cool.
enjoyed it in the
just
car.
because it was on April Fool's Day, like
you didn't trust it.
I trusted nothing, nothing on the internet. Like my trust issues were out the window, and I was like, "Oh, this is a cool little April Fool's joke." I'm like, "Oh, I'm by the hay side. Oh, that's really smart." And then it's like, "No, it's
and then
we're doing
now
this."
we're
I'm like,
getting
okay.
art of us like sitting on hay barrels and stuff.
Holding
You know,
hands.
the funny thing is, because like when I mentioned that podcast,
Yeah.
that name kind of just came out of me. Like we never had like
Yeah,
other suggestions.
we weren't really sure what to call it because like originally I was just gonna call it like the Heycast sideshow or something, just because it's a sideshow. But yeah, no,
then
Arnold
it's
came
like,
up with
by the
by the
Hayside.
Hayside.
Yeah.
So now we're doing a farm themed,
The farmer boy and you came out.
farm themed art.
basically, yeah.
It's a show about farm tools and farming equipment.
Oh, please.
Nice.
guys.
Yeah, and we're gonna play a bunch of Farming Simulator.
Hey
Yeah.
guys,
Buy
we're playing
Farm
Farming Simulator 19.
Yeah.
No. So,
I
so,
bought
so,
the one
so,
that
so,
was
so
in
today
color
we're going to
pack.
talk
I love
about
it.
this new tractor that came out.
Stop. First off.
It's a 2019 John
Why
Deere.
are you like this?
But yeah, this is the Heycast, the number one gaming podcast in our hearts. I'm Demothy here with Giacomo, Arnold, and Marcus. Marcus, you're last. I'm sorry.
Dude, you pointed at me to Giacomo. I'm like,
I know.
Wait, what?
Dude,
I pointed at you, but I was looking at Giacomo.
We should
You
just
need-
probably like in the next one, just be like, "Hey, it's Demothy," and then be like, "Hey, it's Marcus," and then Arnold, then Jacques. Let's
that's
do
it.
that so that way
Yes.
you don't have to do that.
Yeah, I don't like
because this is gonna
point
on
to the
Dude,
wrong
yeah,
people.
you're messing up hard.
It's been like a good 2 weeks since
The
we've
only
done an
reason
episode of this.
why I would feel people would recognize me off of the spot because in the description my handles are not on there.
Oh yeah, you're
so
not.
like I'm the
I
only one
need
that's
to start adding
Yeah,
your handle
yeah.
to the.
So I'm the
little
only one that
thing.
doesn't have a handle on the descriptions, and that's fine. People are
Yeah.
like that's Marcus, so we're good.
Everyone
Yeah,
else
so,
is Marcus.
So the thing is, we have it set to automatically put
Yeah,
that
yeah,
in.
yeah.
But yeah, I just never had a chance to put you, or just never bothered to put
He doesn't
you.
like.
we'll do it. We'll do
What
it
he's
after.
saying is you don't count and we don't like you.
I know.
You're not a member of the team,
Even though I've been on here for like how long now?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So let's start off with the
Our weeks,
first,
I guess?
Yeah, the first 2
Yeah.
weeks. Dem, what do you?
So who's going? Are we doing this again?
It starts
Yeah.
with you.
Starts with me?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Cool. So last 2 weeks, I picked up Division 2 and Devil May Cry 5. Well,
Devil
started
May
playing,
Cry.
Yay,
playing Devil May
Division
Cry
2.
5. So
I'm dummy thick. And the clap of my ass.
Jesus.
Jesus.
so I will love Division 2. I honestly like that game. It's fun.
Yeah.
Well, it's a lot more fun with friends, but by yourself, you get more diversity of the game. I'm enjoying locked in missions. It's not repetitive. Well, some are.
Yeah,
Very-
some
can be very.
Shitty
and the-
games in general are usually pretty repetitive.
No,
be. We'll get to that.
no, we'll get
You
to
don't like
that later.
Minecraft?
Yeah, Minecraft is like Battle Royale. They're coming
It's
out with
goddamn
that.
repetitive.
And then Devil May Cry 5. I got to V. That character is fucking fun to play as.
V
cool.
surprised a lot of people actually because people were expecting him to not be like super fun because he seems to move really slowly and everything. But no, a lot of people seem to really like him.
What I don't understand is like you get to learn his moveset, right? So he has the tiger and the bird.
Yeah,
and you control his each character like fighting,
right?
And then like as you're fighting, you have a move called the book. And you're running around and reading a book, and I guess it.
So the book
It powers
fuels your nightmare gauge.
Whoa.
Yeah, so like I never understood that. I just felt kind of useless.
Nightmare gauge.
As
That sounds so edgy.
Well, because it activates your double trigger.
yeah,
My
as,
devil trigger.
Dude, they have such a good like
It's a good
OST.
soundtrack.
I love it.
It's
I
good.
have
So,
that on
so
my
that song is great for the dumbest reasons.
yeah, because it's like I feel like it's like very like Japanese like techno pop.
Yeah.
Again, like same like Initial D stuff. Like
Yeah,
that's what I
like
get the
Eurobeat,
feeling.
yeah.
the Eurobeat style.
Eurobeat. There we go.
It's great for the dumbest reasons.
I'm enjoying the game a lot. I'm using a lot the Mega Man Buster because
Yeah.
it's the best arm out there. Started playing Siege again. Seriously.
You're always playing Siege.
You're always playing.
Well, he's usually playing casual. Are you playing casual?
I'm with casual now,
okay.
but I'm trying to get like the warmer through it. And then I want to place hopefully next week and see where I place again.
Okay.
Because last 2 seasons I was placing gold 3, gold 2, and then
I don't know Siege ranks.
it's like basically like Street Fighter.
Yeah.
So it's like that.
But there's tiers to the colors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's more like League, I'd say, probably.
Yeah.
Well, that and generally almost anything nowadays.
Yeah.
They usually have a color to it now.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then I went to a concert yesterday.
Yes, you did.
I did, which was
Flogging
amazing.
Molly?
Flogging Molly.
Oh, nice. That's dope.
Dude, once they like came up and I told my cousins like if they play these specific songs in like in order or certain order, I'll die happy. And I called it out. They played all those exact songs. I was so happy.
In the order?
In the order that I said. I was really drunk. My head hurt, but once I heard them like start singing those songs, dude, my headache went away. It was so
I was
good.
like singing your
I was
heart
singing
out.
my heart out. It was good. I wish I didn't record any of it.
I've never been much for concerts, really.
The thing is, because concerts, it's more of like a social thing, in my opinion, because you get to hang out with friends or see new people that you never seen before, and then all of you enjoy the same music, you know, and everyone gets drunk off their asses, and that's it. But
Were the lines for the beer really long?
That,
Yeah.
I imagine they had to because it was free beer, right?
yeah, it's Sabroso.
Oh,
Sabroso
nice.
Festival.
I was going to go to
Kalos.
that.
And yeah, a lot of 805. A lot of 805 beer.
Because we're in California. Where's
All the
Demothy, where's
805
your
in our
805?
fridge, all the 805 in our fridge isn't enough for you.
Yeah, no, I need more. Yeah.
Could have been drinking right now.
And then you'd be falling asleep because alcohol makes you
That's true.
sleepy.
Alcohol does
Yeah.
make me tired.
Yeah.
Alcohol makes me tired too.
It makes everyone tired. It's a depressant.
And yeah, and then as I was my buzzed self, like walking towards the bathroom, I overheard a girl say, she was talking to some other dude, and she's like, I guess they were talking about her sexuality, I guess.
Okay.
And so she brought up exactly as like I'm not bi, but I'm straight, but I'm undercover bi.
What?
Yeah.
So she's trying to play
So-
the system.
I guess.
What kind of...
Not by.
Not bi.
So she's straight, but not bi, but she's undercover bi.
So she's
she's bi.
curious.
Oh,
So she's curious. Yeah. Or yeah.
Undercover bi. So wait, no. So she's not bi. She's straight, but undercover bi. So she's pretending to be bi
Or
Right?
for social media reasons or something.
I don't know.
or she's just now getting into that
Or,
point
yeah.
where she's just curious and
Yeah, she's
she has
probably-
thought about it but isn't really sure to make the jump yet. Wait, why are we bringing this up, dude? This is
I don't
such
know,
a sensitive
like,
topic.
Yeah, it is such a sensitive topic.
No, I just thought it was really like,
Weird
how she
gotcha.
said it.
Mhm.
So it was like, I thought it was just,
You didn't really know what she meant.
yeah. So it was like, I was walking by, but my drunk self thought
Yeah.
it was really stupid to
Yeah.
say.
So she's either pretending or she's curious
Yeah.
about it.
Or
Yeah.
she was drunk.
Yeah,
Or
or
that
she was
too.
drunk.
Or that too. So,
There's
but
that.
yeah, there's nothing about that. So that's my week.
All right, Giacomo.
Nice. Well, for me, the last week I went to Illinois to go work at a convention out there.
I did.
I
That was a lot of fun. I went to Chicago for the first time. Chicago was really cold. My ears froze a couple times. So I had to go into CVS, a few different CVSs that we were
Yeah.
around. and that was the big thing for me. Then the
Your
rest,
ears were cold the whole time.
they were fucking cold. Like you'd be walking around and you'd feel like
Should have got like some earmuffs or something.
exactly. Like I wasn't prepared for Chicago cold. I was prepared for like Schaumburg cold, which wasn't that bad.
Right.
But then you go to Chicago and it's freezing because the lake's right there, and you're just it was great. The pizza was awesome, thick slices of pizza.
Chicago style pizza.
Was
Shit
it like
was so
lasagna
good.
pieces?
It's
Like
pretty much that. Like the bread was thin, and then just this layer of
I've
Lasagna.
always wanted to try Chicago deep dish.
It's so good.
there
Like,
is a place
There,
here.
there are places out here, but it's so far.
There's
because
one in
all-
Rancho Cucamonga. It's called Baker's, I think.
There's a bunch in LA, but that's LA, and that's a drive for us.
That's-
Yes,
the drive.
but we're not gonna go fucking sit finding 7 hours of parking.
That's what I'm saying. Like all the Chicago deep dish places or places that serve it are really far and not really worth it to drive out there just to try it.
We can go to Rancho Cucamonga. I guarantee you.
That's far too.
you can go to
But there's
Chicago. You can get a ticket, go to Chicago.
just fly out to Chicago.
Look, Spirit.
Play some
Spirit
slots.
is like $150
And then I know all the people
per
from
person.
Chicago and the people from New York are going to be like, oh, the New York style pizza in LA or the Chicago style pizza in LA isn't the same because the water is different or whatever.
Exactly, it's
But, like,
totally different. Giordano's is great.
Yeah.
You can apparently order Giordano's and they'll mail you a pizza,
Yeah.
The fuck?
but
Yeah.
it's cold, so it's not as good because
Yeah.
it's frozen, obviously. But
Oh, interesting.
man,
I had a
Giordano's is the place I recommend. I think the Sky Deck is way overrated. Like, it's totally a
is
tourist
it?
trap.
Uh-huh.
We went in there, waited in line for about 20 minutes. Okay,
Right.
got to the top, took some pictures. There's a line for 2 hours if you wanted to stand in the glass part. That's it's all glass. And I thought, no, we're just gonna buy a gift and leave. And we did just that.
We have the glass slide in LA.
Yeah,
Like,
so it's like
what more could you want?
What do I need? And
Yeah.
that was pretty much all it was. Otherwise, it was great. Uber's awesome. Uber's always good. A lot of nice people there. Didn't leave a single tip. I'm an asshole.
Yeah, I did the same thing in Vegas.
That's just the
mark you
California in
for,
you.
Yeah.
like you get you have a ratio of how much you
rating.
tip.
Yeah, that
Good,
too.
because I used Uber all of that week, and that was it. I drive everywhere else.
No, I drive everywhere too, but there are some instances like, say, we're going to a party and no one can be our designated driver. We
Yep.
spend like $40 for an Uber one way, and then another $40 going back.
And
That's
then
why I
that's when
don't-
it's worth it.
The tip is just I was thinking to myself, okay, if I got a tip about $2 to $3 each of these rides, that's about 3 rides a day. That's $9 extra every day.
No, I'm gonna be honest. I'm an asshole too. I don't really tip on Postmates very much.
Oh, dude, I'm
either.
an asshole too. Dude,
Almost
I
nobody
never-
does.
Yeah.
That's all. I was
Never
reading
tip.
a comment section about this Post ad I watched, like
Uh-huh.
Postmates ad, and everyone is saying, "Yeah, nobody fucking tips on this app at all."
I like sometimes if they're really good, I will tip, but for the most part, I don't tip.
Because everyone's
Fuck
just
DoorDash.
pretty good.
Yeah, they just bring you.
Jeez.
Most of the time when I order from Postmates, they always fuck something
They
up.
tend to
right?
fuck up your
And
order specifically.
Usually, I
Yeah,
believe
always
it is
yours.
the restaurant's fault.
It is because
they're
it's
the
not
ones that
it's
prepare
not the
it.
person who's picking it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you really don't complain to Postmates. They're not going to do shit.
Yeah.
Complain to the restaurant. They'll do something.
Yeah, but there are tons of instances where I ordered from a place and the entire order is completely wrong, and I'm pretty sure they picked up the wrong person's order.
That too.
That too. And
Which is it's kind of hard because I've watched them go into a restaurant and
Yeah.
say, "Are you Postmates?" Yeah, and I go, "This is the
Yeah,
order."
they scan it and stuff. Yeah.
So how do you mess that up?
I don't know. I really don't know.
people.
Don't know, man. But
And
you
then there was that issue with it was
Fuck
Grubhub.
DoorDash.
Oh, DoorDash.
so
Fuck
tell me the
DoorDash.
DoorDash story. What
Yeah.
happened with DoorDash?
Okay. So we were craving fish one day.
Mm-hmm.
So we ordered from this fish place, and
I ordered.
yeah.
I made the order. 2 fucking orders.
Okay.
Fish and chips. 2 fucking orders.
Sounds delicious.
Right?
Easy.
Easy enough, right? With no drinks. Hit checkout. By the time I hit checkout, it reverted to 1 fucking order.
But he already
I already paid the
for
shit
it and
and
everything. And we're like, oh shit. And there's an option to go in and modify your order. And we went there literally the second after he realized oh, there's only 1 order because the thing glitched out and only showed 1, even though he input 2 for the order. It doesn't ask him to confirm it or anything afterwards. So we go in to modify the order literally a second after, and it's like, nope, it's too late.
Got a contact customer service.
Is their customer service even existent?
No.
Probably not.
So I go through the app, try to contact him, text them via the app.
Uh-huh.
Not fucking.
Yeah,
But
they
did
don't
it
respond.
charge you
door-
for 2?
So it charged him for 1 order. We had to make a second order because the door dasher that was picking up his order was like, yeah, just make another order. It's probably going to have me pick it up and everything. And then he's like, okay, I trust the door dasher. Sure. Order another order. a different DoorDasher ends up having to pick that one up, and he gets charged for 2 deliveries because the app was being fucking stupid.
Right.
So then I emailed them saying like, what the fuck? I need my delivery charge money back. And they're like, just give me the fucking reach around. I was like, oh, hey, we're sorry about this, but there's nothing we can do about it.
Yeah.
And yada, yada, yada. And then eventually they gave me the fucking $5 in credits.
But we're never going to use DoorDash again.
Yeah, so what the
because that
fuck?
was a terrible experience.
There's no point in that.
Well, most of these Dash things, I've been noticing a trend where a lot of people tend to not like the courier of food. Like, it's one thing to drive you somewhere as like a taxi service, but it's another thing to take your food. It's a more intimate level thing, and they seem to fuck it up. Not everybody, but a majority of people seem to fuck it up. So
yeah, no,
it happens.
I mean, like if you're a pizza man, that makes sense. You have to hold up a standard for, let's say, Domino's.
Right.
You're trained how to do this. If you're Demothy who's coming up on the street, so I want to make some money. Okay, I signed up for it. I have a car. Cool. Let me go pick up this guy's food. I'm just going to leave it here and drive away. On
Twitter, there was a post like that too.
I remember seeing it.
Yeah, because
it's like, you're coming to my house. Leaves it at the door and then drives
Speaking
off.
to your mic.
There was like a moment that he was ordered, I think, Popeyes.
Yeah, and he wanted ranch.
Ranch on it or something like that. And the fucking dude was like replying back. I was like, why didn't you put it in the fucking order? I was like, well, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're right there. Can you just pick it up real quick?
Yeah. So, well, I'm not going to do it anymore. So he's like talking back. And then it was raining that day.
Fuck.
Yeah. And then like once you see the food, like it's ready at the door, it's outside raining, getting wet.
Right.
Yeah,
so it's like he
I
didn't
saw
even
that.
come to the door to tell him like.
Yeah. No,
like, what
that's
the
messed
fuck?
up.
And do you remember Ken?
Yes.
Okay, so I don't know if this is true or not, but apparently he's done Uber before, like Uber Eats.
Right.
And he's like, yeah, when they tell me that the order's going to take 30 minutes, I just leave. Like, I don't even do the order.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
like, it's a waste of my time.
Yeah.
And I thought, you really can do it because you're not held accountable. So what's the point? You could just delete your account and start a new one.
Yeah. Well, so for these services, generally they do like they do before they hire you and everything. They do like background checks and everything. My brother signed up for Postmates for at one point, right? And they were like doing a background check for him. Mm-hmm. Although they never completed the background check and never got back to him about it. But they do look at who you are before they hire you for it. So
For the first minute, and then after that, they probably don't care. Think about it.
What do you mean?
Like after you've already hired by them, you're just a person who's selling
for
stuff.
them,
Yeah.
yeah.
And remember, you get a majority of your tips taken if they do it through the app.
Yeah, no.
So-
I mean, like, it was referring to like the part of like creating a new account or something that you were just mentioning earlier. Like,
I guess, but
you wouldn't be able to like drop that and then make a new one and be a Postmates again because they have you in their system and everything already. So they're not going to hire you again
But
if you
did
like.
they ask for their social? Because if not, I could just give you a different name each time.
Yeah.
That I don't know. I don't know the exact process. I mean,
Or change
if you're,
the
if you're
email.
working
Change
for
the email
something, they have
address.
to have your social. If you're going to be making money from a company, like they have to have your social
Well,
and everything.
I guess
You
that's
are an
true.
employee of Postmates.
Well, let's see how this works. I'm going to go on here, and this is, I'm just going to do this on my own separate research while we continue.
Okay,
Anyways,
anyway.
the rest of my week, that was pretty much it.
Okay.
Yeah. I just built a lot of models and took pictures with internet celebrities, so that was cool.
Hey.
And that was it. Yeah, that was my whole week, my last 2 weeks.
All right, so I guess we'll do mine and then we'll go into the. I'm just kidding.
I saw that coming. By the way, I saw that coming. I was like, all right, don't worry about it. What did I do? So what did I picked up the May Cry as well. Started playing it. Really enjoying it. What else did I do? It was my sister's baby shower yesterday, so that was a lot of fun.
Ooh.
Yeah, a lot of tacos. And
Didn't she
drinking.
have a baby shower before?
No.
No.
I'm crazy.
No. The other time she needed me. She wanted help setting up her nursery.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
that's why you may have think that was because that's the last time. The reason why I didn't come the last last time because she needed help with the nursery. So that was fun. Damn, there were a lot of kids. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. And then what else did I do? I saw Pet Cemetery.
Oh, you saw Pet Cemetery?
Yeah,
I heard it was pretty average.
Was it?
Yeah, it was. Because I kind of went in there like, I tried going in there with like very like open minded,
Yeah.
but at the same time because I like the original so much that subconsciously like I started nitpicking without me really trying.
Right.
And then
I did hear a lot of people didn't like the creative. What's the word? They didn't like how the stuff that they changed about it.
So yeah, so one of them was like they changed the girl to a boy and like
you mean the other way around, the boy to
girl. Yeah, boy to girl. Sorry, boy to girl. So yeah, but I mean the boy like was not bad. Like it.
What, you have gripes?
No, well, it's not the gripes. It's more like they had like little little like nudges and little like winks to like the original one. If you pick it up early on, like the trucker guy gets a phone call. It's like Sheena, and that was like the punk rock band from the original one.
Oh,
yeah. So things like that. But yeah, it was average. Like it could have been. I wish it was. I mean,
it's an old story in general, so the story is going to be pretty like generic, right? Because it's been around for a long time already.
So most people know about it.
Yeah. So it just feels weird. That's like 2 for 2 for us and Pet Sematary.
You still don't like Us?
No, I liked it. It was just like
what's wrong with you?
What's wrong with us?
What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
I saw a lot of things coming. It was predictable.
Okay.
Predictable.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's what you mentioned last time when we were talking about Us.
Very predictable.
Yeah, I found most people didn't like Us because they felt they were really confused by it, but that doesn't seem to be the reason for you.
No.
Yeah.
I understood it. And then the next one I'm giving hope for is La Llorona. And chapter 2 apparently.
At the same time, it's still just like another ghost story.
But I don't want it to become like The Nun, because if it becomes like The Nun, like I'm never gonna watch another like mythological
it's probably gonna become like The
story.
Nun.
I swear to God, Demothy. We'll come back to this and you'll be like, look, I called it, and be like, fuck. Yeah. I mean, it looks good, but again, like I'm so done with like stupid religious or like cultural
the Ouija.
The Ouija?
The Ouija.
Yeah,
the Ouija.
Yeah, that was
stuff
old.
like that. Like
Luigi.
Like Ouija. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I like Blumhouse films because they're so bad, but that's what makes them good.
Well, that's how they make money. They go. They go. Okay, only $10,000 is our budget. Oh, awesome! We made $1 million on this movie.
You guys ready for the new Annabelle?
No.
Oh yeah, the one like Homecoming or whatever.
I'm gonna watch it, but no. But yeah, I generally enjoy that. I don't know why. I just like enjoy like really bad B-rated movies.
I love B horror movies too.
And
we tried watching a
B-rated
movie.
But they're somewhat good. It's just like, eat your shit and take it.
It's bad, but it's like funny bad. That's what's appealing of B movies, because it's just funny to see how bad it is. But
what else is coming out? Oh, Child's Play.
Yeah, the remake
of it
with
Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill's the voice.
Mm-hmm. Oh shit, for Chucky. I'm excited about that.
Now Chucky's a robot.
Chucky's a robot.
It's not a demon.
He's no longer a possessed serial killer.
So he's a robot?
I mean, I was never a fan of the Child Play series, but I've seen him.
So Terminator?
It kind of. So this is a weird one, because now that's another movie that's getting remade. You're getting the second part of It this year.
Yeah. And
then the only kind of original horror movie that's coming out was, besides Us, I'm not going to count La Llorona because that's like, which one?
Ma?
Ma?
Yeah.
Welcome to Maz.
Yeah.
The one that she's like a deranged killer or something like that.
No, that's one. But I was thinking of Bright Star.
Bright Star. Never heard of that one.
You mean?
Brightburn. There we go. Brightburn. Yeah.
Never heard of that one.
The one where Superman was. If Superman was bad.
There's another movie that's coming out from the person that directed Hereditary also.
Ooh, I like A24 stuff. I'm an artsy fan. That's usually the horror movies I watch are like artsy films.
Yeah. God,
I should have a glass of wine when I'm watching those.
Yeah, there's one coming out
bitch.
it's made by the Hereditary director, or directed by the Hereditary director. So I'm expecting that to be pretty solid too. I don't remember what the movie was called though, unfortunately.
So we got Toy Story, also like not now jumping away from horror.
4?
We got Toy Story 4, and then we have
So I like
Avengers.
Which one?
What?
Avengers.
Oh, Avengers.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, okay, wait. I'm not gonna watch that fucking movie like during the week.
Oh,
or like the 2 weeks. Fuck that.
Opening weekend is gonna be trash.
It's gonna be trash.
Unless you pre-ordered your ticket,
I think Spencer's
going
to try to get us tickets. So we have to tell him how many tickets to get.
Or you go in and watch in the morning. A lot of people are doing that. They're gonna go and watch.
I'm
in
gonna watch his movies in the mornings.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait.
Matinee pricing.
Facts.
I'm gonna just wait till like after the hype is gone.
I'll wait till Tuesday. I don't care.
Like I can't. I would watch a movie, sit for 3 hours and 20 minutes.
I've waited in line for an Avengers movie before. This was before they started doing assigned seatings at our theater. Oh, there's another.
There's a fly. Oh, you slapped it. That was a good one.
That was the get.
No, I totally know what you mean. And what they do is you just kind of line up around into like the little back corner in the alleyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did that for Star Wars when we went to go see
Force Awakens.
Yeah, it was a random day. It was opening night, and we thought we were going to see it, and they're like, "Fuck it, let's go see," and then we got a ticket. I thought it would have been booked. Yeah, and we had 2 seats. Cool.
I mean, we don't have like the most populated theater in the world, so
We don't, but
dude, these fucking crane flies are pissing me off.
Hey,
Sorry,
they're
folks.
everywhere. Crane flies are beautiful because that means we're in a green valley.
It's crane fly season,
It
and
is.
they're everywhere.
Buzz.
I hate them. They are the most useless bugs in the world.
Remake the birds, but use
don't-
crane flies.
They don't do anything other than kill your fucking plants. They
Yeah.
don't help. They don't benefit the fucking environment. They don't deserve to live.
Hang on, baby. Sorry, folks. We'll be right back.
Damn, you have some adamant feelings about this. Damn.
We'll be right back after these messages.
After these messages.
I'm very passionate about my hatred for these things.
You're about to break your chair.
Dude, you're gonna like die.
You're gonna have blood
I
pressure.
hate them so much.
All right, that was my week. Jeez, back to you,
God
Demothy.
damn.
Let's get this already over with so we can get to the topics.
Okay, so my week hasn't been
Productive?
it hasn't been productive, although I have been watching a lot of stuff because I have been in another one of those Netflix binges where I'm like super lazy and I'm just sitting down and watching Netflix shows and stuff. So I marathon through the latest season of Z Nation that's on Netflix.
Oh,
Okay.
I like Z Nation because it's a little bit different from your average zombie stuff because they play around with like a lot of different.
Are
They're not
zombies-
generic zombies.
Did you watch Santa Clarita Diet?
I did watch Santa Clarita.
Dude, I'm
Diet.
watching season 3 right now.
I couldn't
Yeah.
get into it. I tried. I couldn't
like
get
I
into
can't
it.
do
Diet?
it. I can't do it.
I think it's
either.
it's
not
like
my type of
Demothy
key.
mentioned, it's a good
Key.
twist on the zombies.
Yeah, Santa
Yeah.
Clarita Diet's pretty interesting too. It's more like a sitcom.
It's more of a sitcom, totally.
Yeah. So that's what I'm enjoying about it. It's silly and the jokes are really dumb and silly, but
They're
I'm
suburban as
enjoying it.
hell.
And then Z Nation, I like it because the zombies are different. Also,
Are there super
there's
zombies?
there's like different tiers of
The
zombies in
tanks,
Z Nation.
hunters. Is there witches?
Like Left 4 Dead?
Not,
Like
not
Left 4
necessarily
Dead?
like that. It's not like Left
I
4
know,
Dead
I know.
zombies. In Z Nation, it's like regular zombie, and then you have like talking zombies, and then zombie god that can control other zombies and shit. It's really weird. It's interesting. And then what else? I started the new season of season 2 of Sabrina, Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
Wait, it's out?
Yeah.
Holy
Dude,
shit.
it kind of snuck up on me.
Yeah, like I just started rewatching Netflix today.
Came out on Friday? Yeah, I think it was Friday.
Okay, so then I wasn't too far late because I
no.
really like the show.
It snuck up on me. I opened up Netflix. I'm like, huh, Sabrina's out.
That's what
Just
happened
started
with
watching
Santa
it.
Clarita Diet this morning. He's like,
Yeah, that's what happened
season
with Santa
3.
Clarita Diet
I guess
for
I'm
me
watching
too.
this.
Yeah.
So all right, I'm gonna watch Sabrina now too.
Yeah, so I've been marathoning a lot of those shows.
That's
and,
a good show.
Yeah, it was a pretty fun.
I have
like it.
no clue what kind of show you're talking about.
Sabrina, the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. You remember
The
Sabrina
one more
the
based
Teenage
off the real
Witch?
comics.
I know that, yeah, but just like
It's
that
the
never
dark
really.
version of it.
It's pretty dark in like a good way.
Yes, I know it is, but the thing is, I never got like interested. In
Because you know
that
it's
show.
same.
pre-October already.
Like I
haven't
just
seen
don't
it.
really care about it.
I don't either.
I like the
Sabrina.
actress. Yeah, I was gonna say that's the main reason I watch it.
It's like watching Fuller House.
Rebecca Black, eat wings
Right,
with
exactly.
us.
I can't get into that one either.
Yeah, eat wings with us, Rebecca Black. We're still waiting on a
Oh,
response
yeah,
from you.
that's
That too,
right.
yeah.
Never gonna happen.
That was in a grade A comment.
Who
From
knows? Maybe she'll like ball out and like she goes hard at like Wingstop or something.
does the remix of Friday.
Yeah.
Ordered,
Wingstop,
like, 50
Wingstop.
wings.
Everybody gets on Wingstop.
Speaking of like bad bars, I'm probably gonna get hate for this. Blueface was in our show
Stupid ass
today.
blue.
Blueface?
Yeah,
Blueface?
yeah,
Yeah.
Tatiana?
yeah.
What the fuck?
He was in
Why?
our show today. He ended up buying a TV.
Yeah, with fucking Steven.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Was it like the
Yeah.
most hardcore baller TV?
Yeah,
It was a pretty good
guess.
TV.
He spent
It was
like
a pretty good.
I think
Yeah.
like 13.
Hey,
Hundred?
did
Something like that?
did he throw in like
Tatiana?
a surround system and
No.
some Geek Squad
No.
installation services?
No.
I don't know.
Just bought a TV and just left.
I mean, it's kind of cool.
So,
I bet Steven was so.
He's tall as fuck though.
he is pretty fucking
He's
tall.
tall.
I never seen him.
And he had his kid, right?
Yeah, his daughter and then I think
Yeah,
his girl.
Yeah, they were walking. As soon as you looked at him, I was like, "Fucking money!" Right there, like you could
I
just
just
you could
thought-
just feel money coming at you.
I know Steven is a big Blueface
Huge
fan.
fan.
Was he
Rappers in
was he like
general.
super starstruck when?
Yeah, I mean, I think he was starstruck about it, and then like he couldn't really like Well, he tried to be cool.
Oh,
but you can't.
Steven trying to be cool is funny.
To like someone that he kind of idolizes, not idolizes, but like enjoys.
And it's funny because he always fucking yells his name in the break room.
Fucking like
Blueface, baby. I'm like,
yeah, like stupid shit. Are you
shut up.
Like,
First off,
shit.
I know we're in Best Buy and we have blue shirts, but shut up.
Oh, I still like Steven though.
Yeah,
like,
I love
he has
Steven.
like good like one-liners, I guess.
Yeah.
My favorite is the Pico.
The Pico.
Pico, you play Pico? And then I look at Spencer like,
oh my god.
Pokemon Go. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, all right, let's get into the news now.
To the news.
Oh wait, no. Oh.
Are you guys watching Game of Thrones, the final season?
Yes.
I mean, if I haven't made it this far, I'm probably not going to watch
the
it.
final season of Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then there's going to be a spin-off, right? For the other characters?
Supposedly, yeah, there's going to be a spin-off.
Because the thing is, like me and I wanted to watch Game of Thrones for a while, but I wanted to wait till all the seasons are out because I just wanted to like binge it through and not get like spoiled.
All right,
like
which
all
one of
it.
you has an
No,
HBO
because technically the show finishes before the book. No, what was it?
Well,
again?
isn't it at this point with the book, it's a little off?
It's a little kind of slightly, but it's definitely going to end the whole story in the show, and then the book is going to finish.
Okay.
Right, yeah.
So I mean, like if you watch it, you'll know what the book is essentially.
Mostly.
Yeah,
mostly,
but
yeah.
I want to watch it, see it go through the hype.
Yeah,
and fucking,
then it's the season series finale.
Yeah,
Zac
it's
Efron
like,
Arnold.
and thanks, babe.
This is why I wanted you to wear headphones.
I don't give a shit. Okay. But yeah, so asked Demothy if he's willing to watch the fucking Game of Thrones.
Aww.
So yeah, so we can hold hands and hold hands and shit, So
Pass the popcorn, baby.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
But
Here,
yeah.
just reach in, just like the
Stop! Hold on. That's what I was trying to avoid. I would have made a joke, but I was being nice.
Hey man,
Good to know.
dude,
Good to know
that's a
that
fucking
you're not
layup.
really.
You're fucking. That's a layup.
That's a
dude.
setup.
I like that episode in South
Which is-
Park where they do the Game of Thrones, and he
Oh,
talks
yeah.
about wieners being unthreatening. A soft wiener is
They
unthreatening.
They create the whole song about it.
Yeah, if you want to wait a whole month and like watch Game of Thrones in May.
April 14th is
Yeah,
when the
I'd
first
rather
episode
do
drops,
that.
right? On,
So
Yeah,
on that
not
Sunday.
get spoiled through it.
No,
So,
it'll be fun.
but yeah,
Timothy,
It's just-
take it away.
I also forgot to mention.
Just kidding.
So the creator, you guys know Rivals of Aether,
No.
the game,
Yeah.
the Smash style game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now I know what
Yeah,
you're
Rivals of
talking about.
Aether. So the creator made Lovers of Aether
we played that
for
today.
April Fools.
Sick.
It is a dating sim
Why?
for Rivals of Aether,
Who'd you date?
where they humanize the Rivals of Aether characters a little bit more. So they're
Nice.
They're still animals. They're still animals, but they're shaped more
Basically,
like
we're
humans.
dating fairies.
Yeah,
we're
okay, I was
furries
about to say
now.
Are we going to load that to the channel?
Huh?
Yes.
Yeah, Arnold and I played it today.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's gonna go up on Tuesday.
This looks pretty funny.
For some reason, it's a psychological horror on Steam.
Why?
I don't know. We
Well,
don't know.
This game was an April Fool's joke.
A friendship game.
So the tags might be an April Fool's joke.
Yeah. But yeah, that was interesting. Okay,
Alrighty.
let's get to this
Wait.
news.
Do you want to fuck this?
All right.
No, I don't want to fuck that.
Okay,
You-
so this
Let's
first
get on to the
thing
news.
was this article by Jason Schreier on Kotaku about how Anthem, the development of Anthem went wrong.
Oh, yeah.
That game should be erased.
There are many things that need
Just like
to be
what game,
erased.
Arnold?
And fucking Andromeda. That game should be erased.
I just wanted to get it out of your system early.
This is never going to grow old.
It's never
not gonna go away.
Yeah, that's
leave.
But yeah, so Jason Schreier goes over. It's an investigative piece, and he interviewed I think like 19 BioWare employees on the development of this, and there's a lot of interesting stuff that went down during the whole development process. So one of the things was that the fact that it was supposed to be called Beyond originally.
Beyond.
However, a week before the game was revealed at E3 2017, they had some copyright issues, and they ended up going with Anthem, which a lot of the developers didn't really care for. They don't like the name Beyond because it doesn't actually mean anything, and so they had to come up with some off the cuff reason for the name, for story reasons for the name Anthem, so that it would fit a bit more.
Wasn't a game out there called Beyond? With something like
Well,
with like ghosts or some shit
Beyond
like
Two
that?
Souls.
There you go. That's
But
the
there's
one.
also a lot of other games with
Probably
Beyond
tons
in
of
it.
Beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
But
it's definitely...
that's the first thing I thought.
Yeah, so
Beyond
that's the
Souls.
reason
I
why
don't
they
know.
had some
I
copyright
really
issues with
dug
it.
the name Anthem when I heard about it. I was like, Anthem? That sounds fucking awesome. What is it about?
Dude, what the fuck's wrong with you?
Story-wise,
then you play the game and you see it all, and then you're like, okay.
The game glitches and shit like
Unfortunately,
that.
I just thought of a Good Charlotte when I heard Anthem.
Okay, I see what you mean. This is the Anthem.
Yeah.
But I like the name because Beyond is like, well, what about Beyond?
Yeah, but the funny part about this, though, is that they made shirts. They made shirts with everything saying Beyond on it.
And basically, the name Beyond was like supposed to reference like going
like
the distance,
beyond.
like
beyond like the game.
Whereas Anthem had no story context, and they had to come up with a story reason for the name Anthem after the fact.
Yeah, they kind of rushed this game out.
They kind of really rushed everything. Yeah. Everything was like really on the wing.
So this whole last minute thing kind of tied into the last minuteness of the entire development cycle.
Everybody was like, "What?"
I thought it would have just been kind of like how BioShock is just called BioShock, but that's the name of it. It doesn't really have to do with anything going on in the game.
You know what?
You get it from the context clue. It's a shock to biology, I guess. But you could have called it pretty much anything.
But what are the powers called again?
Touche.
Yeah, exactly.
What is it?
The powers that you get, like the stems, to get like the lightning, the psychokinesis.
Yeah, I'm thinking of Infinite. Yeah.
Well, same concept.
But with the fucking pops and shit.
Oh, yeah, little potion bottles.
Yeah, pops.
Okay, so I gotta find this other paragraph.
Jesus,
so
Demothy.
basically, tying into the whole last minuteness and stuff. Fuck, I can't find this fucking paragraph.
I saw Mass Effect Andromeda somewhere. There it is. Right there. There it is. I saw it. I'm out for that shit. I'm out.
So a lot of the features that were that a lot of the features in the game, they didn't actually finalize until like a few months before the game was released, and the game actually didn't enter full production until 18 months before the game's release date. So it was stuck in pre-production pretty much its entire development cycle until the very last minute, when they finally decided to go into full production, which kind of shows why the game is so glitchy and there's so many issues with it and everything. And what I thought was really crazy about this was the stress that a lot of the people were going through, because I mean, development crunch is a very real thing, and we've talked about it in the past on the podcast, and it's bad. And like there was like the whole instance with Red Dead Redemption 2 and everything, and just Rockstar Games in general like had a bad history about this. But this got to some pretty insane levels, to the point where people were like
grown-ass men crying.
They were grown-ass adults that would lock themselves into a private room and start crying, and people were actually going on medical leave for the amount of stress that they were going to.
That's a big issue right there.
Yep.
So they would be gone for like a few months, and either some of them would come back, but a lot of them they decided not to come back. So yeah, this whole I definitely recommend reading this entire article, although it is super long. It is super duper long.
It definitely just does shed a light on more on like what
why it happened.
Yeah, like the before and after of Anthem. And again, like even when it first came out, it felt really half-baked.
Can we get a before and after for Fallout 76? I still want real closure. I want real closure.
Dope.
Yeah, I want real closure. Not just the game's a buggy fucking mess. So I want to know why.
Yeah.
It's just there's no reason because I don't play it anymore.
I agree. But like I would want some kind of explanation or closure to that.
Yeah, like because it's good IP.
Because I was also excited for it too. Granted, it wasn't like a full Fallout linear.
Right, it wasn't the next in the title,
but at least it was still something to kill time with.
Right.
The thing is also like with Anthem, like even though I hate on the game, secretly I wanted the game to
work
good.
out. I wanted it to be good.
Nobody wants a game to be bad.
No, the thing is because like I was
the reputation
genuinely interested in this game also because it looked fun. It looked
great.
Yeah,
like, graphics,
like the fighting and flying mechanics are awesome.
It looked very interesting, and nobody wants a game to be bad. It just ended up being that way.
Yeah, it's nothing like Andromeda, dude.
I would have played this as a single player experience too.
That too, yeah.
Yeah, I totally would have done the single player. A real single player experience.
So BioWare actually did. They put out a blog post to. Oh my gosh!
April Fool's joke no longer.
No, let's get the fuck out. Keep going.
So they made a blog post that a lot of people are calling pretty dismissive of the whole thing. And what's really weird about this was like they're kind of attacking Jason Schreier's article for being like attacking specific people, and they were saying that this type of thing wasn't good for the industry and stuff. It's not really doing anything to help it. but they didn't actually read the article because this blog post came up like literally minutes after Schreier's article dropped. So there was no way they could have read it. He sent bullet pointed notes about it, but apparently they also didn't read the bullet pointed notes that he sent that they sent them. So this is just really baffling to me how they can say this type of stuff and criticize his article when they haven't actually read anything. You know what I mean?
Journalism, man. You should know it the most.
I think they're still trying to like heal from the burn of Andromeda.
Yeah. This is kind of it's.
Did I hit?
Huh? What do you
I'm just
hitting?
covering my eyes
Doing like
because like the people like are just like shooting at the person without knowing. That's what I'm trying to say.
Blind firing,
which
is Gears of War.
And like Schreier's type of article, this type of thing isn't exposing what is wrong with the industry supposed to help the industry, but they're basically dismissing it like, no, that's not how you help the industry. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, that's the whole BioWare thing. I wanted to put this in there because like, yeah, it was arguably one of the most disappointing games of the year.
Shame.
But a very well written article.
I'm just worried that it's going to get good when nobody cares about it anymore.
That's kind of what happens to a lot of these things, which is why I'm generally not for releasing a game before it's finished, you know?
Like that's why like I have such high hopes for like Cyberpunk 2077.
Because they're pushing back because they're like we're not done yet.
For a long time, yeah.
And I want this game to be
and it's
good.
a single player experience.
Online.
It is?
Yeah.
Damn it. Well, I'll still play it by myself.
You can play by yourself.
I'm going to play
you
by
have the
myself.
option to do multi.
Yeah.
Online.
But why? It's my world. Fuck you guys.
It's my life.
Okay, Marcus, we're gonna play together.
Yes.
Together on
Time
Cyberpunk.
to pull out my PC again.
All right, so speaking of multiplayer experiences, Borderlands 3.
Yes.
Click on that.
Click on that link.
Which one?
Click it.
What don't matter.
Whichever one.
They all say the same damn thing.
Here. So Borderlands 3 went Epic Games exclusive. A lot
Yes,
of people
they
know about that.
did.
A lot of people are
Yay.
very disappointed about that. I have many reasons for not liking the whole Epic Games exclusivity thing that's been going on.
I mean, the one upside is that the developers get some more money on it, but the
Yes.
problem
Yeah.
is the quality of life things for
Yeah.
the actual consumer is an issue.
Yes,
and
it's
I don't
not
want to
a
use
good launcher.
Exactly.
And then it's separating
It's
the
hella
PC
buggy.
audience and everything.
The developer or the studio? What's getting the money?
I believe it's the
I want to say the
Okay.
studio.
Yeah.
I want to say the studio.
Right. That's
That
a lot of
should be
people.
right.
A lot of people are like, oh, it's developers, but like this, they're saying like, no, we're giving it to the studio, but it's like, fucking choose already, because like it feels and it sounds like it's on both sides, but it feels like more money hungry. Like for the developers, for it to be on a platform.
Yeah.
Well, that's the whole point. Yeah, it's like because they have to incentivize them to be exclusive for 6 months.
Yeah, which is fucking stupid.
They shouldn't do it. They should just say,
first off, for the last 3
Years?
Borderlands games,
All
one
of
of them
them-
not being like a part of it was like a Telltale game.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that was an interesting.
It was all platform. Why are you gonna change that now? Like, why so late? Like, we get it. You're implementing this function for one specific game. Now you're moving it onto this game, which was always worldly wide and given. Why
Plus-
are you going to make people wait 6 months?
Yeah, and exclusivity is so weird on a PC. I mean, if you think about it, it's not necessarily exclusive because you could get the launcher. You don't have to buy a whole new launcher. But the idea of just having it on your Steam library and that's it.
Yeah, and this game's still getting released on console, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna get
And it's still going to sell.
So the thing about the whole Epic Games thing is Epic Games is specifically targeting Steam and trying to
Dethrone
pull
them.
the Steam audience, and they don't care about the other services like I know
Uplay.
GOG and all those other places you can
GOG bundle.
Yeah, they
Green Man
don't care
Gaming.
about that stuff. They're just attacking Steam specifically and the Steam audience. And I mean, Steam is the biggest one, but people want all their stuff on there. Like they don't want 50 different launchers, which is something that not Epic. Borderlands companies.
2K,
Gearbox's CEO. Something that Gearbox's CEO doesn't seem to understand because he went on this whole Twitter tirade that we're going to get into a little bit later. But before we get into that, the Steam Borderlands on Steam not Borderlands 3, but just the
Borderlands 1 and 2.
Yeah, Borderlands 1 and 2 is getting review bombed super hard on Steam, which I don't condone review bombing. I think it is a terrible way to protest these types of things because you are attacking the developers of the game rather than
the studio.
Rather than the
problem.
Yeah, the problem. It's been getting review bombed super hard on Steam, but Steam is taking countermeasures. They're creating this whole off-topic fix thing where off-topic reviews won't show up, so it doesn't affect the review score because the whole Epic Games exclusivity thing does not affect these games at all, and there's no reason for them to be to get negative reviews for that. So yeah, they're at least doing something about it. But yeah, I really don't agree with review bombing. It's just a terrible
way of boycotting. Yeah, because like again, like you're attacking the studio. Like it's not their fault. Like I mean, no, it's not their fault. Again,
at the end of the day, they're not the ultimate decision maker. It's
exactly
the CEO, whoever's in charge, is going to be the one making these deals.
They're the ones making the game.
Yeah,
it
was 2K that made the decision. So boycott 2K, don't boycott the good games.
Yeah, don't boycott Gearbox.
Like, dude, cancel NBA 20, NBA 2K20.
Yeah, although we can't say for sure if Gearbox didn't have. We can't know for sure that Gearbox didn't have at least a small hand in this because Randy Pitchford seems to be all for the exclusivity thing that's been going on lately.
Stupid.
I mean, me personally, I'll wait till 2020.
Yeah,
I don't. I won't pick it up for PS4 because again, like
who plays on a console?
Yeah, exactly. Like now that I bought and spent my money on my rig, besides you, but
your money's worth for your rig.
Yeah, exactly. So like that's where my attention is going to be. So I'll wait.
Yeah,
I don't care about the hype.
That's
honestly,
true. I played Borderlands 1 and 2 on PC.
I'll wait for Red Dead Redemption 2 for PC if they come out. You know, I'll wait for that. I'm not gonna get the fucking disc.
Wait, I thought Red Dead already came out on.
Not for PC.
The newest one?
Yes.
Red Dead 2?
Yeah, Red Dead 2 never came on PC.
Oh.
It's on PS4 only.
Never mind.
I'll wait. I'd rather wait. You know,
they haven't announced anything about it,
but it's pretty given that they're going to release it because they did the same thing with GTA 5. Like, they never released a game for PC for a while.
Right.
Until like...
That's true. They usually kind of wait down the line.
Yeah, I suppose.
And prove the netcode.
My Origins library is pretty lonely right now.
Just Apex
All
Legends.
I have is Apex.
Yeah.
No one's playing Titanfall.
Yeah, so going back to what I was saying about Randy Pitchford being like all for the whole exclusivity deal, he's been on a bit of a Twitter tirade lately where he was talking to people and being like, what's wrong with the whole exclusivity thing? He doesn't seem to get the reasons why people don't like this Epic Games exclusivity stuff that's been going on. But with the whole review bombing stuff, he started attacking more Twitter people that are, you know, against the whole thing. Yeah, more people on Twitter. So one of these things is this was before Steam, Valve came up with the countermeasure to the review bombing stuff. So he was criticizing Steam for not doing anything about it at some point. But I don't want to go too in detail with this stuff, but
it's a good read.
Yeah. Like you can go through and see like this whole rabbit hole, go down this whole rabbit hole yourself.
I admire the passion that people have for it. Like, cause again, the Borderlands series is a great and fun game. It's definitely has an interesting storyline, definitely has really cool mechanics, and you could play with friends.
Yep.
Yeah. Like,
I am
really
the captain of the poop train. It's a fucking Psycho.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I mean, like, again, it's not the right way of like bombing reviewers on Steam just because it's being excluded. Like, again, like there are other ways of doing it. You can take it to Twitter, but I mean, like, you're just messing up like an entire system that's already like that's doing well, and we don't need to screw with that. Like, period.
You guys remember when Randy Pitchford had that USB stick with porn in it and claimed it was for Magic?
Yeah.
that was wanted to bring that up again.
That was a good cover up. I'm sure someone brought that up. I guarantee you somebody brought that up.
Yep.
On his tweet.
They're not gonna let it die.
Nope. Okay, so Prince Harry doesn't like Fortnite.
Prince Harry sucks because I don't know why. Why would he ban Fortnite, dude? Fortnite's fun.
He wants to ban Fortnite.
Fortnite is love. Fortnite is life.
I don't know. Maybe because he doesn't want his child to be exposed to like
just Fortnite. That's all he's gonna play.
Nah, dude,
his main thing is the whole addictive aspect behind Fortnite. So he wants to ban Fortnite for its for being highly addictive to children and yada yada yada.
Right, and all they do is to play it forever and hours and end.
Yes, but I feel like it shouldn't be banned. I feel
That's
like
a little too far.
This is more of a
Like
parenting thing.
how are you gonna? That's more of you just go to
There's
your son and go turn it off.
Yeah,
you know?
there's so many instances where people are like, oh, we can't have these things for our children and everything, but a lot of it can be resolved by just telling them no.
Right, you could say no.
Yeah, exactly.
Or put a parent like restrictive lock, whatever.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah,
like.
there's countermeasures for that. You can buy like you could buy routers that have like parental control.
I have it right here. I can turn off anyone on my network.
Yeah, Google Wi-Fi does that. Disney Circle does that.
it.
Like there are ways of doing it. It's also like that one story with that mother who was I think she was like on disability leave, and while doing so, her kid got into her purse and spent like $2,000 worth of like Fortnite money.
Whoa!
And then when she found out about it, she tried getting all that money back, and they're like, "Well, we can't do anything about it. Like your child took your card, put it in, and to us, that's like you giving him permission, but you were unaware because again, you were on disability, you couldn't get out of your bed, which is sad. I mean, but this is what we're talking about.
At the end of the day, it's like we can't. Someone purchased it.
We're not responsible for what your child does when you're not looking.
Yeah.
Right. That's
if they put it in the right numbers, then it goes. All right, we're taking it.
we got 2,000 in the bank.
You got that green check. 80,000
V-Bucks
for
for
you.
you.
Yep.
It's
Discipline
yours,
your
kid.
child afterwards.
So like,
Tell them not to steal your money.
right, and like again, like I get it, but again, like you said, like banning is not
Yes.
necessarily a thing to do. Maybe like again, like a restriction or some kind of like But again, it's all about parental.
So here's
Not
what,
to attack Arnold or anything. We love you, Arnold. But
Definitely attack Arnold.
I actually have started barely played Fortnite. Actually,
oh, I'm proud of you. You're taking
Oh,
good
wow.
steps because Division
Such a
is
big
fun.
Division is fun. So
Siege is fun.
that's always fun.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Epic. I've been getting better at it. Honestly, I've been getting better at it.
I fell off the bandwagon on Apex. Like like I see.
Wait, but you came into my friend's stream just to say
Yeah,
hi.
just to say hi. Yeah, just talk to them. But it's fun and all. I just like it's cool. It's another battle royale, and like I'm like semi done with the BR phase that I'm in. So it's like I can watch some other BR games, but I don't want to play it.
You mentioned Minecraft is getting a BR thing.
I'm kidding.
No, well, think about it. The first BR
really
they ever had was the Hunger Games.
That's true. Yeah,
that was like the first BR in Minecraft.
Yeah.
I just remember that it clicked.
Shit, yeah. I remember that.
I can see them doing it too, and it would probably be successful because they already have a pretty big fan base as it is. Well, a lot of that fan base went to Fortnite, but
Yeah.
we'll
Ninja
see
left
where it goes.
Fortnite. Ninja got paid to leave Fortnite.
Really? Did?
Yeah.
about that.
That's the article I wanted to say.
Well, why would he leave it?
Oh man, I screwed up. I was gonna send that.
I remember a thing. I was watching Twitch drama and shit.
Twitch drama?
Yeah.
Is that a real thing?
Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
It really
Just like how
is.
there's YouTube
Is it like Drama Alert?
No, it's
I think it's the show, right? Drama Alert? Or
By
whatever?
Keemstar?
Yeah, it's not particularly a show, but there is drama like how there's YouTube drama.
Yeah.
with Twitch drama. It's more like allocated to like the
Streamers and shit.
streamers, but also like the community of games that they're in.
So, because I know for a fact, like they ran ads. Red Bull ran ads for Ninja.
Yeah.
And people like did not like it because it's like they're pushing away viewers to different places. Because Pokemon did that. Pokemon.
Pokemon. Yeah.
She was streaming from the NFL thing, and the people were running ads to go watch the football instead of watching the games or whatever they were
She
watching.
did a football thing?
Yeah, it was a huge fucking debacle. Wow, huge.
Well,
People did not like it.
First off, she doesn't seem like the very sporty type person to me.
She doesn't.
Which is fine. Again, like, I mean, not saying. I'm just saying that's more of like an endorsement deal that she took.
That's what they're saying. It's endorsements. Because it's the viewers who watch like a streamer and gets ads don't have the subscriptions.
Yeah.
They are forced to watch an ad, and it deprives from watching the streamer's content and go watch something else that they might.
Oh, I get what you mean. Yeah, because you're taking away their viewership, and
Yeah.
that's how they make money.
Basically, so that's what the huge fucking thing with Ninja.
Hey, like get your bread, you know.
Yeah, but
at the end of the day, it's like you got to make it where like the world doesn't hate you. Like, yeah, make your money, but at the same time, it's like you also have like all these people that watch you, that pay the subscriptions. You know, like show a little bit of respect.
But I did not know that the Ninja was bought off Steam.
Yeah,
or
there was a
Fortnite.
huge article about it, or I think it was. Yeah, there was an article about like they paid him to like play Apex for a while or something like that.
Yeah, no, I do remember hearing about that. That was a while ago. He was paid to play Fortnite. I mean, not Fortnite, to play Apex for a little bit. Although they're not completely buying him off of Fortnite.
No, not at all. No.
But yeah, they did pay him to play Apex for a little bit to kind of advertise the game before the game was released, right? This was before Apex dropped, right?
No, it's during. It was during.
It was during the.
I think it was before season 1, and then what was it? That was another thing too I wanted to send. The update for
Octane?
No, not Octane. The update for Fortnite where they added revive buses.
Oh, did they?
So they took the revive stations from
Apex,
and they implemented it in Fortnite as
a bus.
But the point of a battle royale is to die.
Well, I mean, Apex does include revives.
But I remember because you have to get your friend and you have to take it over there to get a
That's
map.
what they're doing with Fortnite. They're adding the same revives from Apex in the form of buses.
At what point does it just become a Twitch shooter and we go back to Call of Duty? How many add-ons do we eventually just put it in? Yeah. Smaller battle royale matches and closer ranged maps, infinite respawns.
I'm sure Blackout's gonna get an update like that. Who's to say Firestorm is gonna get an update like that?
Blackout still you have to pay for it.
I know
that's a problem.
But you still pay on
because PUBG's
Apex
free. But Apex and
Nobody
like those
plays
games.
PUBG anymore.
No, yeah,
I mean, I played on my phone.
Dying. It's more like I said, like a mobile gamer thing.
It's totally the thing I played.
Anyway, Giacomo, you like the circle game, right?
I do.
You like the OK symbol?
No.
Yeah. So the
nice
Overwatch,
segue there.
Overwatch League banned the little OK symbol because someone thought that it means white power or is a symbol of white supremacy.
This was a weird one.
So there was it was during an interview with this Overwatch player. I don't remember his name. Oh shoot, I forgot to set that into our headphones. But there was an interview. There you go. There's the little hand. And then,
I love how the camera was on there for a good like 10 seconds and then it panned out.
Yeah.
So was that human trash white?
So
like,
it's the MotoCon, like, it's saying okay?
Yes.
Or you can't just do this at the fucking event of Overwatch.
Yeah, they don't want you doing this because this asshole right here was like, at Overwatch League, at Play Overwatch, who was that human trash flashing the white power hand signal during the interview with Decay? Hope they're banned from going to further matches.
I'm pretty sure, I really hope it's just a troll and this just story snowballed into something it shouldn't have been.
Well, no, but I mean, like, that actually has
because I heard about this being
talked about because it makes
because
like
of the dude after the terrorism thing after that guy.
That and politically, like, there have been like rallies and stuff like that where alt-right people are doing that. Like it's been documented. There are videos of alt-right people or white supremacist people doing that. So that's why like doing stuff like that is, well, in our culture, toxic and trolly. But that's our culture.
Yeah,
people love being trolls and they like to take good things and ruin it.
So you can't do the OK symbol anymore at these events.
That's lame.
Because either a troll or someone that genuinely believes.
Who's to say that it's not going to just stop here?
It could
to say it's not going to go on to like League of Legends or
playing League doesn't have enough problems as it is.
And then like at some point, people are going to find some way to find every emoji to be offensive in some way.
Like
and then you can't do anything anymore. Like,
he does this shit.
Yeah, this shit. So like,
that's exactly. That's what I mean.
He's
like,
gonna do this
at some point. Like you're gonna be driving. You're gonna be driving. You know that universal hand sign that you do. So at some point, this is gonna become really racist too.
Like I cut. I'm a cuck or some shit like that.
Yeah, and like I have to say like there has to be a line.
This has gone too far.
A line in the sand or on the ground where it's like you have to take a stand saying like why give them that power when we can take it away? It's like that whole controversy like with people saying the N-word, like it's just a word. Like if you say it, you take the power away from it. But because we're also in a very like sensitive time where it's like anyone that says it is like, oh, you're racist.
Yeah.
You're out. Get the hell out.
You're out. Yeah.
Because you said it.
Exactly. But
I mean, look, we're not even saying it right now.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, like, I think it was like the Donald Glover that was like talking about it in one of his like stand-ups. Like if you say it, you'll take one for the team.
Yeah, it's like we might lose a couple white people, but eventually, it's gonna stay normalized.
Yeah, it's gonna be normalized. Like again, like that's what I mean. It's the same thing with this concept. Like if we're gonna take a symbol and like blow it up and only mean that one thing, you're not
giving them more power.
Yeah, you're giving them more power, and they're eventually gonna be like, oh, this is ours.
Right.
This is our thing now.
Yeah.
You do it. Either you pay the price or you join us. And I don't think that's right. Like you should definitely, not be sensitive about it, but at the same time, like be mature enough to like be like, hey, don't
do it.
Don't do it. Just don't do it, or like just don't give the attention to that one meaning, because it's not what that defines it.
Right.
Okay has been longer than
has existed longer.
Yeah, like this has been done everywhere. Pepsi commercials, Mentos commercials, like it's been everywhere. Like we can't just go back in time and be like, there's white supremacists when it was just like an ad. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I mean, you kind of can, but
they were playing for a while, so they started doing this way before we needed to notice. Like, what the hell?
Like I tripped out today. Like I went to Las Delicias. I don't know if you guys know where that is.
Where?
I know where it is. There's 3 of them.
Las Delicias.
Yeah.
On Golden Valley. Dude, they were fucking playing esports, FIFA.
La Delicias?
Yeah, they just had a FIFA on the TV.
Slow day in like
esports FIFA
in like Sports Espanol or something.
I don't know.
Guess so.
I thought it was funny.
Oh,
but anyways, there you go. Context: a small group of trolls for spreading disinformation on the internet. Yeah.
Yeah, so we have here, there's the fan that threw it up. He was like, I didn't know the context. And it was a group of trolls spreading disinformation on the internet, repeated as fact by idiots. Nothing to apologize for, yada, yada, yada.
That's exactly what I mean.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm trying to say is the OK symbol has no connection to anything negative. It's everyone knows it as OK. Mm-hmm. That's all I guess.
Okay.
And like when you guys said,
or got him.
got him.
I love it. We got to die. But yeah, like I've learned and grown up that this means okay, and like I'm not gonna, because it looks like a W. Like I could be saying Wumbo.
Yeah, Wumbo.
Yeah,
or
Wumbo.
M for mini.
Or M for mini. Yeah,
I want some water.
That's that. But yeah, like I use the emoji too when it's like, oh, that play was so good. Like,
it's like that Pacha thing, you know? It's like,
just I'm not gonna give that up. Like, I like using that gift and that like that symbol because it means and it displays my affection and my love for whatever happened. Like if I saw a cool sick play, like, oh, bro, that was tasty. Like that. Yeah, exactly. The what's his name? Pacha.
Pacha.
Pacha's new groove. Pacha.
When he gets it just
Pacha.
right. And he does this.
Yep.
Yeah, I love that. Like, don't
That's
take
how
that
I should
from
go
me.
as for Halloween.
Pull the lever, Kronk.
I find it so funny that the Overwatch League fell for this to the point of banning it.
Yeah, like they really rolled over and showed their belly like pretty fast.
Yep. Oh boy,
it's a show.
You gotta express your dominance. Just be like, no.
Don't ever do that again.
No.
Feel like it's okay, dude. Because it's okay. That's all it is.
Anyway, that's all we got for now.
That's all we got for today.
Yep. If you're not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, or I fucked that up so hard.
Way to suck. We lose all our plugins.
It's been a cool minute.
Take 2.
A cool
But yeah, if you're not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do that and subscribe to us on Spotify, Podbean, Google Play, or any of your preferred podcasting services.
Whatever podcast.
And then if you like it, write a review and help us out.
Wait, we're a podcast?
Yeah. Leave a like, comment, subscribe to our YouTube channel, please.
Yeah, if you have any questions or topics for us to talk about, where can you send them, Marcus?
Over to heywe'replaying@gmail.com. That's HeyWeReplaying@gmail.com.
Very good.
Yeah,
I don't have my glasses on.
You should already know how to spell it.
I mean,
you're on the channel.
Hey, we're playing.
But my handles aren't on there.
Anyway, thank you guys for listening or watching, whatever you're doing, and we'll catch you guys next time.
See ya.
Peace.